Vinyl community, it's Jason. It is pouring rain outside. It is Tuesday evening. It is just, it's on. I just want to do a short video. Omaha introvert Hannah, 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, incredible. Under a year, I believe, which is just insane. I love your video. Your channel. I've seen it. I've seen a bunch of video. I'm probably 10 plus at least, and I just realized I wasn't even a subscriber, so I just subscribed. I don't know, you're always one I search for, which is weird that I didn't subscribe, but I'm subscribed now. I want to do a intro to your contest, 1,000 subscribers, 3 female artists, 2 subgenres, and 1 piece of equipment. So that is where we're at. And I was a few hours ago, I'm so sad. I was inside. I had this record playing, which I'm going to show, and my mother-in-law was singing, my son was dancing, I had the fire going. I just wanted to bust out my phone and just record it all and just do it on the fly. But I just couldn't pull out the records fast enough. My wife needed help and just all went to hell. So here we are, anyways, in the garage. I'm going to do the video now, get this done. So the first one I want to talk about is, I gotta start off with the Brazilian, of course. Costa. This is her first album on Philips. Look at that back. I'd show the record, but it's plain. It's on blue label on Philips. I talked about in my vinyl tag, Caetano Veloso, historically important because he was part of the Tropicalia movement, and he started the Tropicalia movement, basically. And this is his cousin, and she was also, I didn't mention her at the time, but she was also instrumental in in the start of the Tropicalia movement. So, I love her vocals. They're so loose and playful, and her music's like psychedelic, and they do a lot of the same songs, all the art, Caetano and Gilberto Gil, and but her versions are the best. I don't know why. It's so good. She's just like so playful. As you can hear, she's so playful. This is the only one I have. I definitely want the next 2 after. The one after this is my favorite, which I don't have, and the one after that as well, which is amazing. Brazilian records is really hard to find, so it's slow going, but she is incredible. Probably my favorite Brazilian artist for sure, female artist. Anyways, that's my first one. And another reason I want to say I appreciate the contest is, my wife is a huge fan of female singers, and those are some of her heroes, especially a lot of the new artists, Yaz, Beach House, Fanagram, Little Dragon, there's one more I'm missing, Feist, she loves Feist. So we go see these artists, and she's just in awe, like, I'm not worthy, so that's why this really hit home to me, because my wife it just means so much to her, and I love these artists as well, but I want to stick with the classics today, because these are my favorite. I like all those artists as well, but the next one is Aretha Franklin. I just love Aretha Franklin. Her output from, I think, 68 to 70 or 67 to 69 was just incredible. So much classic, amazing stuff. This one is probably my favorite. I Never Loved the Man the Way I Love You is also amazing, but this one is great. Say a Little Prayer, Seesaw, You Send Me, and You're a Sweet Man, which is my favorite Aretha song. She was an amazing keyboard player, and those years I mentioned, she was, at Fame Studios and Muscle Shoals, just putting out super funky stuff, amazing. Like, she's classic. She's up there with like Marvin Gaye, and I would consider she's definitely for me. She's the Queen of Soul. I know I believe people call her the Queen of Soul, but it's fitting that. And God, the rain, it's just pouring right now if you can hear it. But for me, she's amazing, and so that's my number 2 female artist. And I had a bunch. I was thinking about Minnie Riperton, and there's a few others I was kind of tossing around. Some of the ones that I mentioned are that my wife likes, but I gotta go with Nina Simone. I showed Nina Simone Sings the Blues in my 2018 Best Find of the Year. Nina Simone's incredible. She was at the forefront of civil rights. Her music evolved over time. She was doing funky stuff. She was doing folk. She was doing classical. She was doing she was doing it all. I mean, she's incredible, amazing piano player. I know she was, I believe she was, I don't know if it was Juilliard or some prestigious music college, and she was originally rejected, but they posthumously gave her a bachelor's, or I mean, sorry, just a degree at the college. Just amazing piano player. Her voice is incredible. Attitude, her stage presence. Not that I ever saw her. I wish I did. That would have been amazing. And I have a ton of Nina Simone. I'm just fortunate to that. She's one of the artists where I find all the time for super cheap, and it's always different records, which is insane, and they're always in decent condition. It's just one of those things. I probably have like 12 Nina Simone records, but I mean, I have a Put a Spell on You, which is incredible. There's definitely at least 2 or 3 more. I really, 3 at least. I really want 3. Yeah, at least 3 more, probably more. But I have like 12, so definitely someone I would just love to fill out the collection, because every album she puts out is incredible. And this is, I believe this is like her 4th album, Forbidden Fruit, on Colpix. So Nina Simone, that's my 3 female artists. And I didn't really do this on purpose, but the 2 subgenres, I actually also picked female artists, so maybe get some bonus points for the keeping it all female. But so actually, this next one, I have 2 favorite subgenres. The first one is Samba Sujo, which is it's a movement out of Sao Paulo, which it's a new movement, so it mixes. And I mentioned this a few times. My favorite label, Goma Gringa, they're kind of at the forefront of doing this kind of this music, and it mixes samba and punk and avant-garde and jazz and rock, and it's I would say the biggest influences are punk and samba. So you mix those 2, and it's very abrasive samba music. So I will show 2, because the one I've showed this many times, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse here. But this is Meta Meta's second album, Metal Metal. This is the repress, and I want to show the repress because of the artwork on here. And this is my favorite Brazilian album, probably the 21st century. I think it is just incredible. And the lead singer on here is Jussara Marçal, and she's all over the place. She puts out so much music, solo, meta, all these side projects. But check out the artwork. This is the guitar player drew all this. So here's the cover. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty light on this red background, but this is here. And then the label is just incredible. So provocative. And this is one of the first new Brazilian records I bought a few years ago. And so here you can see they're kind of going with the triple kiss here. It's just insane. The music just reflects what's going on in the artwork. So highly recommended. Metal, my favorite Brazilian record the last 19 years at least. Maybe longer, maybe since the 70s. But the one I really want to show, something new I haven't shown before, in the same genre, and probably a little bit more familiar. This is Eliza Soares, and the title of this is, it is The Woman at the End of the World. So this is put out in 2016 on a UK label. And this has a lot of the same players that are on Meta, Kiko Danucci, and the bass player and the drummer as well. And Eliza Soares, if you're not familiar, I feel like she's kind of the Billie Holiday of Brazilian music. She got really deep vocals, like soul. I mean, kind of the soul, bossa nova, samba. She was married to this really famous soccer player back in the day, and she's in her late 70s, early 80s now, and she just put this out. So she's still doing music, and with those, totally switching it up with those new players. So this is something kind of outside of what she's done before, and in the samba sujo genre, just incredible music. Eliza Soares. This was on the short list 2016 for in the indie album of the year. Check this out, incredible. And the second genre I want to show is something I actually wasn't really familiar with. I showed a record a few months ago, and someone pointed out, Tone Scott, neoclassical soul was the subgenre, which I thought was interesting and totally fitting. And this is Kadhja Bonet. I have 2 of her albums. She only has 2, so I have her first and her second. Both of them signed. You can see there the signature. And this is the one I actually went to her album release party, album release show in LA. So I got these signed. And this is a 2018. I've showed this before. Childqueen. She signed it here. Neoclassical soul, and which is an amazing description because she writes all the music, all the string arrangements. So when I saw her play, she played a little guitar, but she was mostly on the violin. So her music it's not like funky in a soul sense. It's more of like towards the ballad side, but very lush. Her voice is incredible. If there's other artists in this genre, I've heard a couple that might be comparable, but I don't think anything compares to what she's doing. So maybe she's the only one. If there's anyone else you recommend, please let me know. But Kadhja Bonet, neoclassical soul, incredible music. Love this. Yeah, great. So the last thing is piece of equipment that you bought. So I bought all my own equipment. I got a decent record player inside, but something I really excited about is the receiver I got out here, the Marantz. So I'm gonna go ahead and show that now. So this is my Marantz receiver, 4400 with the scope. Just incredible. I got the phono going on here, but I love this thing. So good. I bought it at a garage sale with the record player, which is not that great, but that is my, I definitely need to pick up some speakers, but that is the piece of equipment that I just love. I wish I could build my stereo around that, and I will. So anyways, that is my entry. Hannah, congratulations again, and I wish you a speedy 2000. Take care.